Hello, I'm very delighted to have with us Dr. Volker Mueller from the Humanist Freethinker Association, Havelland, Germany. Volker, can you please tell us when it started?
We have especially a youth exchange program with the Atheist Center and my association in Germany. It is 25 years old. In the year 1994, I met Mr. Lavanam in Germany on a conference, humanist conference, and we spoken about all things, especially also what we can do together. And I asked him, can I come with young people from my association to India, to the Atheist Center? And he said, okay, of course you can come. And I said, but I want to come with 10 people, young boys and girls. No problem, he said, can come with 20.
Yeah.
No problem. That's why we have prepared the youth exchange, and in the beginning of 1996 was the first stay from a German youth team here in Vijayawada in the Atheist Center. Yeah. And then that was the beginning of the youth exchange program, and it is in continuation every year. Young Indians come to Germany, to us in my organization, and young freethinkers and humanists from Germany come to Vijayawada, to the Atheist Center.
Wow, that's a really long time. 25 years is a strong bond. So can you please tell us the way this youth exchange program has impacted the life of youth on either sides from your observation?
I think it is very important that the youth all over the world know more about the different cultures, the different life stances, social conditions, educational possibilities for their own life. And it is important that they have contacts to other young people. We have to organize these possibilities to have good contacts, to find friendship to other people all over the world in the same age, and not only via media or internet. It is better to have a direct contact, to speak together, to work together, to speak about their different visions and wishes for the future. And we see the visions are so different from the different young people. A young German has the same vision and same utopia from the future like a young Indian. That's very interesting also for me to see that. The difference is there, of course. They have different roots, they have different cultures, they have different social conditions for their life, but they have the same future. That is important, what I see. Wonderful. And we want to help them to find their way in their own life, in self-determination and self-understanding. That's what we want.
That's really wonderful. So what do you think of the humanist movement there in Germany, and from your travels to India? What's the impression that you have?
Yes, the humanist movement, secular humanism, rationalism, atheism, a movement with different colors, of course, and all over the world, and also in every country. In Germany we have a lot of different organizations of secular humanism, but they work together in a lot of points. But in the south of Germany are other problems as in the north or in the east of Germany, but they work together if it is important or it is necessary. But it's not important, they work locally, they act locally, like my organization. Look what we have to do for people, they need help and whatnot. That's important that I say that I want to help that humanist organizations, not only in Germany, also in Europe and also all over the world, have to work together to find good cooperation, to find a good coordination and communication between their different organizations. And I think a successful example is to work together with the Atheist Center in Vijayawada and with my Humanist Freethinker Association in the state Brandenburg in Germany. not only the youth exchange program is important there, also to have different contacts, the rights of the child and for the women's rights, and what we can do for refugees or for social problems in every country. Of course in India, but also in Germany or in other countries.
Yeah.
That's why it is important to have good cooperation or good communication between our different organizations. That is one of the main points what I think we have to do for a better humanist movement all over the world. We need better cooperation also. We have a lot of problems in our present, especially what about peace, what about freedom of mind in our world, what about refugees, of course, why they have to leave their own countries. What about war? What about political asylum? These are different questions of human rights we have to answer.
So what do you think that youth can do these days within the systemic changes are something big, really big, that's not in our hands, but as a common person, as a youngster, what would your advice for the youth be? What can they do in their day-to-day life?
I think important is they have to know their own way. Not I can find their way. I can help if they want help. If they don't want help, I cannot help. Also not the youth.
Yeah.
But I can help on the same level, if I look for their problems and I'm not their father, not their grandfather. I'm the same human being like the young people. And that's why we have to accept also the young people, like we want to be accepted. That's important to have a good cooperation between the different generations. And the youth we can help if they have respect to the youth.
Yeah.
And if they need help for enlightenment, for historical knowledge, for other things for their life, we can help. We can get our knowledge for them, of course. We can get their hands and can hope we can get walk the same way. The same way.
So do you think that rational thinking is what would make them find their way? Because questioning comes with
yes. Rationalism, it is a main way, I think it is a main way for atheists and humanists to have a rational view for our life. Not irrational. Power or radicalism or fundamentalism are the aspects for our future. That is a danger. We need our brain and our ideas in our brain for working for a better future. That is also what I want to tell the youth, then if they look for their own way. But also, don't forget it, everybody has also a feeling, has psychological aspects in their own life, and it is also a question of rationalism. I myself think, to look for this feeling of the youth. That is another feeling like 20 years before, and they have the right of these feelings. Let's look.
So, do you think that atheism, rationalism and humanism giving our present youth an alternate way of life?
Yes, I think so. Because of, yes, the youth, like everybody, has the right to find a religion for their own life, or a life stance, another life stance, a non-religious life stance. That's their right. That's a human right for everybody. But I myself think it is better for the self-determination of your life to have not a God, to have not a religion. You need your own reason and your own feeling, not a feeling or a irrational power in the background, where I don't know where is it, who can develop your life. That's not possible, I think. That's why I mean atheism and humanism, secular humanism, is the main way to find self-determination and self-respect.
It's wonderful.
But it is a difficult problem, of course, I know. It's a question of philosophy too, what we can do in our future, in our present too, and we know in our past it is a big problem.
So what are the kind of challenges that humanist, rationalists and atheists face in the present day?
I think we stand up for the ideals of human rights and also of human dignity. I think it is a very important word, dignity. Everybody has the same right of dignity and human rights. And that's not normal, that's not an automation. We need it every time, every day, every hour, that we say we are tolerant. Everybody has the same rights. Everybody is born as free people with the same and equal rights. That is the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights, the beginning of it. And I think it is a very important step that mankind has these ideas at first. And I think it is not only a philosophy, it is also a practical thing. Help people, they have not the power to find their own way of this life, or they have problems, social problems, ethical problems, problems with their families and so on, or in the education. Of course, everybody has some problems in their life, but some people have more power than others. And if you have more power, you have to help other people. That is what I want to say. That is humanism.
Yeah. We have heard that you do a lot of work around Havelland, upholding the dignity of human being. So can you please tell us a few things that you do towards your communities?
In my organization is one of the main topic, the work for the youth, for children and teenagers especially. We have different educational programs and projects. For instance, what about alcohol and drugs? What about sexuality? What about different kinds of sexuality? It's important for teenagers to know more about it, to speak about it without taboos. And that we want to do. And also, they have a good time. They are young. They have to have the right of a party. They have the right of a good feeling. They have the right of better conditions for their life also with their parents and in the school and so on. A little bit we can help it. We are a little bit a guide. But guide is more, but a little bit a guide we are. That's what we want. We are social workers for the young people, and that's one of the main field we are working. Second is we help people, they have social problems in Germany. Poor people, we have also homeless people in Germany, not a lot, but we have.
That's surprising.
Yes, we have different institutions for it. For instance, one name is the Tafel. We collect food, especially vegetables and other things from supermarkets. They are not sold, and we can give it to the poor people.
Wonderful.
They are not destroyed. The food is not destroyed. The people can get it. They can have not enough money. They need a lot of money for their flat, for other things, for their life, and they can get the money not for the food if we can get the food for them.
That's a really innovative thought.
Also for clothes and for other things we can help that they celebrate their life.
Wonderful.
Yes, that's important. Third is it's a new field we are doing since 5 years to help refugees. The people come from Africa and Arabic countries. They look for political asylum. They come to Germany. You know, a lot of refugees have to come to Europe. Germany is one of the countries who say, okay, you are welcome, you can come, we can help. And we help the people independent from their backgrounds and independent from their asylum. They leave their country, they leave their families. They come to Germany and with nothing. That's why we are here, and we can get our hands to them and can help them. We have a lot of children, refugee in the families, refugees in Germany, and with the children we have a good integration action. Projects for integration are important for a better future and especially for social peace in our country.
Yeah. What is your opinion about Gora's positive atheism?
I like it. I like this idea. Positive atheism is for me humanism in action. I see it in the Atheist Center, in the different projects and institutions of the Atheist Center, that you or the Atheist Center is helping a lot of people. Also independent from their background, from their religion or from life stances and other things. And I think it is very important that you have not only a political idea or a philosophical idea, you need practical help. That is, if you can unite it. We are humanists, and because we are humanists, we have to help every human being. Wonderful. That is also what I see in Gora, in Gora's ideas, to help other people. That is a positive atheism. We don't wait for a God, help now.
So do you think that it's still relevant, Gora's positive atheism, to the present society?
Yes, I think in the day and in every days, the people are atheists. On Sunday, some of them go to a church, but on the other days of the week, they are atheists.
Because they...
You understand what I mean?
Yes.
That is not formal, right? But in reality, it is. A lot of people go to a temple or to a church or to a mosque, but not all are, but a lot of them are atheists on their daily life.
In their way of helping.
Yes.
From what you...
That's what I mean.
That's wonderful to know. Gora, when he was looking at atheism as an alternative way of life, he had replaced all traditional ceremonies, because tradition, religion, whether people are capable of spending or not, it commands rituals where there is a lot of wastage, and sometimes people ended up, in debts. Especially in India, they end up in debts even after getting a girl married especially. So Gora has replaced all that, and he said, get it registered legally with the government, and then whatever you want to have, let it be fun. So we would like to know the things that you do, because human being is a psychological being. Is there anything that you do to help humanists to find this alternate way of life?
I think it's a very interesting question, because I see that a lot of people need ceremonies in their life. If they are not Christian or another religious people, what they can do, what alternative ways they have. And my organization in Germany is organizing every year for the teenagers in the age of 14 a youth celebration, we say. And this youth celebration is also determined from humanist values, and it's a big party, a public party for the youth to come in, to become an adult. Yes, and they have a party together with their parents, with their families, with their friends, and we organize this ceremony.
Oh.
It is very interesting, and the half of all youngsters in this age are in these youth ceremonies in Germany. That's a lot.
That's wonderful.
Especially in the east part of Germany.
Oh.
But also in the south and west parts.
How
of
did
Germany.
this idea of youth celebration come to you?
How?
Yeah, humanist youth.
That is a long tradition, more than 150 years old. It was born in the middle of the 19th century. The families and the teenagers, they are not in a church, in a Christian church. What alternative
do they have?
ceremonies they have? They can organize, and they say we want to organize Jugendweihe. That's the German name for it. Youth celebration. Yes.
So then they need not belong to any religious communities.
No.
Wonderful.
Only for non-confessionals, for dissidents. They are not in a Christian church, especially in Germany.
That reminds me, in Christianity they have a ceremony to introduce the newborn baby, where they do the ceremony in the church. So did you find an alternative for that, or do you do anything?
What milestones we have in our life? That is the birth. It is to become an adult. It is to marriage and to die. And we want to get a help for a good ceremony on these 4 milestones. That is a party, of course, but for a funeral function is not a party, but it is also an important help for the families to say goodbye to the people who passed away. And also for a wedding function, it's a humanist wedding function, or for a young child who was born, to come in a family and let's get a party. That's a good time. It's good.
Celebrate.
Yes, to celebrate it.
That's what is important.
Yes, a little bit of celebration and get it as a good party with humanist values. You are free, you are self-determinated, or also as couple if you are married, and we can find every time these humanist values in different ways. Also for the teenagers if they are in the age of 14, of course.
Wonderful. So are there more and more number that are coming to you and asking for this humanist wedding and celebration?
Yes.
Oh, that's really a positive note to end on.
But the most of them look for ceremonies, for high points in their life. The life is with a lot of education, with a lot of work, with conflicts in the social backgrounds. And what is important, of course, a good feeling.
Yes.
And we have to organize it. That is also a part of our humanism. And I think it is also a part of positive atheism of Gora.
Yes, I totally agree. I think that's what more and more humanists should do.
Yes.
Help people celebrate important events non-religiously.
Yes.
Thanks a lot. It was really nice talking to you, Volker. Thanks a lot for giving us your time.
మరిన్ని కొత్త వీడియోల కోసం మా ఛానల్కి సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి, క్రింద ఉన్న బెల్ ఐకాన్ని యాక్టివేట్ చేయండి.